Good day, dear viewer. We are live in the ODEON Cinema at the Point Village. This week we'll be reviewing Irish crime flick Cardboard Gangsters and the Chris Evans family drama Gifted. Brian will be chatting about his interview with legendary director John Landis. It's actually gone viral. It's been picked up everywhere. And we'll have some Deadpool 2 casting news. Our competition this week is for 4 VIP tickets to the Odeon, where you can get pimped up popcorn and Prosecco to indulge in while you enjoy the film of your choice. To win, tell us which Marvel superhero gifted star Chris Evans plays. We'll tag the winner in the comments below on Monday. We're joined by Dean Molumby, who has returned from a travels and movie editor. Brian Lloyd.
Oh, yeah.
I'd look the way I say your name. I think I say it out the same way every week.
You
I'm
do,
like, Brian
yeah.
Lloyd.
Yeah, you do.
Brian Lloyd. I've got Ari Gold in my head going, Lloyd.
Yeah.
First of all, Dee, welcome back.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back.
Good to be back.
Brian, John Landis.
Yeah.
I have to talk about this because the interview's gotten picked up by a lot of publications.
Yeah.
Around the world, and it's interesting because it's gotten picked up by him giving out about the Avengers movies.
That was the
and
one thing
Marvel
I took away.
universe.
It was like an hour-long conversation, and that's what they.
First of all, you've done a series of these.
Yeah.
You've Joel Schumacher, John Carpenter.
Yeah. Richard Donner, Lauren Schuler Donner, Simon Pegg. Yeah, I've done loads of them. Yeah,
And they're all live on the site.
Yeah, they're all live on the site. If you go to the John Landis interview, you see at the bottom there's the kind of the list of interviews that we've done. They're all pretty long. Like, I should say this, like, it's a very, very long interview. Like, I was really originally meant to talk to him for 20 minutes about this concert that he's doing tonight, actually.
Yeah.
In the National Concert Hall.
You're going to hang around with him.
Yeah, and yeah, well, we're going to get I'm going to get the Blues Brothers poster that we have back in the office. I'm going to get that signed tonight.
Awesome.
So, but yeah, no, I was only meant to talk to him for 20 minutes and ended up talking to him for like about nearly an hour and a half. So, yeah, it's on site and I'm pretty happy.
American
with
Ralph and London Blues Brothers.
Yeah, Trading
Coming to
Places.
America,
Yeah,
absolutely legendary director. So definitely check that out. It's a genuinely cracking interview. Dee, one of the things I wanted to talk about with the film that's kind of gone a little bit quiet, I suppose, up until about a week ago. When Josh Brolin started absolutely milling the weights and posting it on his social media. There's been a bit of casting news for Deadpool 2, which isn't coming out till July of 2018.
Yeah, that's right. So Jack Kesey will be another major villain. So we know already about Josh Brolin is going to play Cable, who's one of the villains, and now there's going to be another villain played by Jack Kesey. Now, sources have been highly indicating that.
I like that. Sources.
We don't know who exactly.
Because originally the news was broken by Deadline, who were saying that it was confirmed, but they've kind of gone back and said sources have indicated. So you always have to be careful with these things. But apparently he is going to be playing an Irish mutant villain called Black Joe, I think it is, who's able to like manipulate plant life. So of course it's Irish, so you have to have some kind of reference to greenery. Exactly. Potatoes. Exactly. So that's kind of interesting. Now, I don't know much about this actor, but I think he's kind of meant to be one of these up and coming guys. He had a role in the US TV series The Strain. He had a small role in Baywatch, though I don't remember him in Baywatch. Yeah, I don't know if he was like one of the like bodyguards or something. He wasn't. Yeah, exactly. He wasn't one of the main 6 anyway. And he's got like 2 or 3 other kind of film and TV projects coming up over the next couple of years. So I think he's one of these up and coming guys. So that'll be kind of interesting to see anyway. You know, another villain in the movie anyway.
Yeah. It's funny though, isn't it? Like literally, we hadn't heard anything about it for a while because that, like, he's not a big name, so that news didn't get a huge amount of traction.
Yeah, that's
But then
right.
Josh Brolin, Brian.
Yeah.
You know, doing
He
curls.
he is like just jacked. Like, he is absolutely and he's got the hair as well. That's the thing. Like, if anyone remembers Cable from, you know, like the cartoon series that used to be on in the 90s, X-Men, whatever, but he has the exact same hair, like the flat top hair, but he is jacked. Like, he's literally, like, I mean, his arms are like literally out to here. Like, it's incredible. Like, but like I know he's a big guy anyway, but I suppose it just goes to show I suppose his commitment to the role, you know, that kind of way. Like, but like, I mean, a lot of actors, he's 50 odd, like, and he's built like a tank, like, you know, that kind of way. So it should be good on you.
You looking forward to it?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, I think like who we were saying, is it Chad Stahelski is directing it, or is it
John Wick director?
No, it's David Leitch.
David Leitch.
Yeah.
Sorry, David Leitch rather. Yeah.
Chad Stahelski's doing the Highlander movie.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I mean, it's very positive. Yeah, very, very positive.
What about you, Dee?
Yeah, I'm really excited.
Did you like the first one, actually?
I loved the first one. I really, really loved it. Yeah. I think that Josh Brolin is really like doing so well in the media at the moment. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday, but he also...
The Goonies thing.
Oh, awesome. So there was this 80s themed birthday party. He didn't know what to dress up as, and he dressed up as his own character in the Goonies, and he looks hilarious in it. So yeah, I think that
stretchy arm thing.
Yeah. It's funny, like, for costume parties, and you've played iconic roles like that. That's just an easy thing to do. It's like Kevin Bacon says whenever he's at a wedding,
he tips
Footloose comes on, people just surround him and start clapping.
Yeah.
He's like, for
I remember he was on Jimmy Fallon once, and he said that apparently he actually like gives the if he's at a wedding, he gives the DJ like $20 and said just don't play Footloose. Please just don't play Footloose. And I can understand that, like, because like after a while it must be just like, ha.
People have probably done a collection then around the wedding to get them to kind of play Footloose.
Possibly, yeah.
He can't do front flips. Doesn't he do a front flip and Footloose?
Something
like that at the start. It's like
insane.
you're only setting people up for disappointment. Anyway, we want to talk trailer of the week. The original film's like it's really good fun. We talked about Joel Schumacher. It's one of Joel Schumacher's kind of was it 1990? It came out in
something like that. Yeah.
And Kiefer Sutherland apparently pops up in this, although he's not in the trailer. This doesn't look great. This is a remake of Flatliners or a sequel to Flatliners. If Kiefer Sutherland's character turns up, maybe it's just an excuse.
Who knows?
To throw Kiefer Sutherland in there. What was your reaction to this point?
I don't know. Like, it's a bit like I know it's kind of a cliche to say, oh God, there's no original ideas anymore, but there are no original ideas anymore. Like, there really isn't. Like, I mean, it's a good cast. Like, I mean, Diego Luna and Ellen Page. Like, I mean, they're interesting, and I think Ellen Page is usually a bit. She's a bit kind of clever with what she picks in terms of films and stuff like that. So there must be something in it that made her decide to do this, like, that sort of way. But at the same time, I don't know. I mean, people forget, like, Flatliners wasn't exactly a good film. Like, it was a bit crap, like, funny, but crap.
Was it well before your time, Dee, or did you catch up with it later?
No, I haven't seen it. Like, for me, when I was watching this trailer, because I hadn't seen the original, I felt that the reference points that were coming up for me were, like, the Discovery and the OA and stuff like that. There have been a few...
really good points.
There have been a few kind of productions coming out recently that deal with the afterlife, and even in terms of, like, visual signifiers, I was also thinking Stranger Things here.
Yeah.
So, for me, I was watching it thinking, is there anything
That's
new
a really
really
good point
being
about the
brought to
Discovery,
table?
because watching the Discovery, because it's been a long time since I've seen the original, but watching the Discovery, there's definitely echoes of Flatliners in there.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll move on now to reviews this week, lads. This one came in completely under the radar in the US. It got a kind of a small release over there. They want to do those, what do they call them, platform releases, where they try and open it in a few screens and kind of build it up over the course of a few weeks. I don't know how well it's done. Mark Webb directed 500 Days of Summer D. Did a great job on that, and then the two Spider-Man movies that probably didn't do as well as they could have done. It's Gifted, it's Chris Evans, and it's
it's lovely.
He's a sound
really
uncle.
He is such a sound uncle, and the girl in it who plays like the really talented young mathematician, McKenna Grace, is phenomenal in it. This girl is going places. Like, every time she's on the screen, it just lights up. I like this movie a lot. It's really sweet and feel good. And I know you've mentioned like counter programming before, and I mean, we have so many blockbusters coming out this summer that it's nice to see like just a small family drama. A lot of echoes of Matilda and Kramer versus Kramer. I know you mentioned that in it
very much
well,
so. Yeah, it's really
nice.
like, it's basically like Kramer versus Kramer meets Good Will Hunting, but not about a load of Irish lads in Boston.
It's very Good Will Hunting. In terms of kind of the setup, and that lead actress is she's phenomenal. She's just an absolute natural.
Yeah.
But Brian, call me cynical, right?
Right. You're cynical.
Call me cynical. I enjoyed it as well. I thought it was really sweet. I thought Octavia Spencer added a bit of gravitas to it as well in terms of the kind of comic stuff. She kind of brought it in to get a few laughs too. But it's like, okay, let's get Captain America.
Yeah.
Kind of a giveaway there for a competition to start, but let's get Captain America. Let's get Captain America.
Yeah.
And put him in a role where he can be serious and kind of sweet.
Yeah.
Have him fixing stuff. His job, he fixes boats.
Yeah.
His job has to be that he fixes stuff.
Yeah.
So you can get him in oil. Get a bit of oil in the arms.
Yeah.
While he's with the wrench, and he's got a t-shirt on and a bit of stubble, perfectly groomed stubble.
Oh yeah, that's the most perfect stubble.
He's like
I've
a
ever
philosophy
seen.
major that fixes boats.
Yeah, like it's. Yeah, like it's
poor casting is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah, and like even as well, like again, if you want to get even more cynical, there's no way this film would have been made if Chris Evans wasn't in it, because it's the kind of role that
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Well, maybe, but like it's one of those films that you could be very, very cynical and just be like, oh, this was only just made because like Chris Evans wanted something to do between Captain America's, that kind of way, and the only reason Jenny Slate is in it because the two of them were going out, that sort of way.
Did they meet on the set? No, they met on the set.
Did they meet on set? Did they?
Oh, yeah.
Jenny Slate is awesome, by the way.
Yeah, she's fantastic.
She didn't have a huge amount to do with the role, though. She was good in it.
No, but it's like I mean, it's it is a bit like too kind of predictable in places, like, and it is very, very going through the beats and going through the motions, and you can kind of see where everything is kind of going to end up in the end. But at the same time, though, like, I think it was like Dee said, it is very, very sweet, and the kid in it, McKenna Grace, she's fantastic. Like, and it really did. Like, I was watching this, and it made me think of Kramer versus Kramer. Now, in the sense that Kramer versus Kramer, I think was more authentic this does feel a little bit, I guess you'd say...
Hollywood.
Very Hollywood. Yeah, very, very Hollywood. Like, Mark Webb directs it well, though. Like, I mean, he doesn't kind of enforce... Because, like, you look at, like, 500 Days of Summer, and there are parts in it where he's really trying to force himself into it. Like, you know, like... the whole stylistically, yeah. Whereas this is, like, very laid back, and it's very kind of... He's hands off with it, you know, that sort of way. But
I thought he did a great job. I think a great job of the soundtrack in 500 Days of Summer
Yes.
Tea, and a great job of the soundtrack in this. It's kind of just effortlessly in the background.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's a nice touch.
Yeah,
it's not songs you would have heard before. So he's definitely got a gift for that.
yeah, oh, definitely, yeah. Like, he does, like, he's very John Hughes in how he kind of deploys music, like, I think. But yeah, no, it's grand. Like, I mean, it's not going to set the world on fire. It's not going to change anyone's opinions on Chris Evans. Like, he is pretty much playing Captain America in this without the shield.
It's pretty much, a human Captain America.
Yeah.
So that's exactly what I thought watching it. Look, he plays like this really humble character who's just like almost fixated on doing the morally right thing. So it's pretty much Captain America in human form.
What do the two of the teachers are talking about him? And what did they say, Brian? Is it like,
He's the hot damaged guy. It's like,
But it's true.
Yeah, it's
hot,
true.
quiet,
As a woman,
quiet,
I can
hot,
say we love that shit.
hot, quiet, damaged guy.
yeah.
Then you need him fixing shit. You need him there with wrench. He needs to be in the boat. He needs to look perturbed.
That's it.
Pensive Chris Pratt. So we're saying it's sweet. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another good thing is it only runs it over just over an hour, 30 minutes.
That's right,
So it
yeah.
doesn't overstay its welcome. You
Yeah.
know, it's kind of a nice one to, check
Wait
out.
till
and just
we
have
talk
the
about
feels.
Transformers next week, lads. It's 2.5 hours long.
Like, I watched it, but I watched Gifted on the plane, like, you know, that kind of way. Like, it was on the plane, it was coming back from America and stuff, and it was just like, it was literally like, yep, this is grand, this is enjoyable.
It literally passed an hour and a half while you were on the plane.
Exactly, yeah. So,
Okay, let's move on. Irish cinema's been in a great place, I think, specifically in the past couple of years. And it's always good to see productions get cinematic releases, Irish productions specifically get cinematic releases that, have an opportunity to do well, not just open and go away after a few weeks. And not necessarily with a Joel Schumacher or a big name director coming over to kind of prop it up a little bit, Brian.
Yeah.
So Cardboard Gangsters is Mark O'Connor.
Yeah.
Is it his third or his fourth film?
I think it's his fourth film. But it's interesting though, because I think I do think this is his best film to date. You know, that sort of way. It's definitely his most kind of together film. It's definitely his most well shot and well planned out film. But at the same time as well, there are parts of it that it was kind of like, like I get what he was going for, that sort of way. Like, he kind of wanted to make a bit of like Irish Scarface, that sort of way. And there are some very, very overt references in it. Like, and I don't want to give this away, well, I'm not giving it away, but there's a scene in it where he literally runs through a house with a chainsaw. And that's straight from Scarface, that sort of way. So it's interesting in how it's done, and the fact that, and this is something I've talked about before, is the fact that you look at a lot of Irish films and they're very much about Ireland, that kind of way, and very much about like topics that are relevant to Irish people. And you don't really see all that often genre films, that sort of, like a crime film or like a comedy film. But this year it's been really good. Like, we've had The Young Offenders, which was, and I said this, is like, this could literally be filmed anywhere. It just happens to be filmed in Ireland. And it's the same here as well. Like, Cardboard Gangsters could be filmed in Detroit, it could be filmed in London, it could be filmed anywhere. It could be any kind of city. It just happens to be set in Dublin and about Dublin people, that sort of way. But no, it was really good. It was really, really, really well put together, I thought.
Okay, so I believe they shot this one in Darndale on the north side of the city. Does Darndale feel like a character? I'm not from a million miles from there. I'm from Mophie originally in Coolock. It's literally like 2 minutes up the road.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see, because they shot The Commitments there as well.
No, Darndale was shot, or...
Commitments was shot in Darndale. I was there.
Was
Brian.
it?
I was there, man.
No, I thought The Commitments was shot in like Hull Junction and Donamead, no? Okay, never
The
mind.
Commitment was shot in Darndale.
Grand. Alright, yeah, grand.
There
Alright.
were probably a
Bit of
few
the-
locations,
bit of
guys,
Bit of The Commitments was shot in Darndale.
Yeah.
But there was shot around. Those bits were shot in Hout Junction because there used to be a club called Charlie's.
That's right.
Up in Hout that I just as I was like 15, 16.
That was coming up.
It just was. It was
But I
just
know,
closing.
because- no,
So does it
because-
feel like a character?
It does, yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, it is very much a case of, Darndale and, North Dublin is very much the landscape, and they kind of refer to it as the jungle. And see, that's the other part of it as well, is that you're watching it, and some of the dialogue is very cliche. Like, they're all like, "Oh yeah, this is a jungle," that sort of way, and you're like, "Oh, come on, like, you can do better than that." Like,
I don't know if you listen to some of the people, like, and I grew up with a lot of lads like this. Genuinely, some of them aren't alive anymore. But if you, or they're in jail. I'm not joking. But if you know,
Yeah.
people like that, they are kind of cliche because they get their cues from.
Oh, completely from
these
crime
real life
films.
people get these
Yeah.
cues
Yeah.
from crime films.
And Love Hate now as well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
That's
Love
probably
Hate
a
as
big
well.
influencer there, I'd say.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, there are a lot of yeah. It's funny you mentioned Love Hate because I was watching this and I was like, this is not to minimize Cardboard Gangsters or minimize Love Hate, but I was watching it. I was just like, this could be like, if I could imagine Love Hate being turned into a film, this is what it would look like. You know,
How's John
that's-
Connors in the lead role?
Really good, actually.
Yeah.
Really good, actually. But no, he is really good in it. Like, he's very very. There's parts in it where he's just like completely just like a Terminator, like literally just ice cold, just like doing horrible things. And then at the same time, there's one scene in particular where he freaks out, and it's terrifying. Like, it's absolutely terrifying. Like, he really goes for, like, he's literally like smashing a wall in, like, with his bare hands, like, and it's terrifying. And then afterwards, he just breaks down, and like, you don't necessarily think, you know, going from like what we've seen him in before, you're not sure if he has that range, but he absolutely does, you know.
So he's just gotten an opportunity to play like
a broad role,
with like nuance and intricacies and everything else.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of that as well is the fact that like him and Mark O'Connor, they both wrote it.
Yeah.
And they've known each other for a while. So I think if John Connors was given any other director, it'd be the sort of thing that he wouldn't have that latitude and that kind of space to go where he needed to go, you know.
So it's an interesting film anyway. Dee, would you
Definitely.
head and see this?
I think I would, yeah. And
Yeah.
actually, I really like John Connors as an actor. I have to say, I've seen him in, Mark O'Connor's films before. I really liked him in Love Hate, and I've seen him do a lot of like interviews and promos and stuff outside of that. And he just seems like a really kind of cool, genuine guy, you know. So yeah, that'd be a big sell for me. And I really hope that this is one of those things where he doesn't like fade into obscurity, because he hasn't done anything for a while. Cardboard Gangsters, like, this has been in the work for years and years. I think it's a really big passion project for both him and for the director.
It's
Mark
one of those
O'Connor.
things where you want to see it kind of reverberate,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
everybody kind of involved do well off the back
I
of
hope
it.
so. Yeah,
if it goes a bit
exactly.
more on a global scale as opposed to just saying specific in Ireland, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay, lads, we'll leave it there. Next week, Transformers 16.
Yeah.
Who's gonna fall in that grenade? He's both gonna go see it.
I'll go see it.
I suppose we'll have to.
You know, it's
So
like
a couple of the others are decent crack. No.
yeah, it's decent, but this is like 2 hours and 40 minutes. 2 hours and 40 minutes of Transformers. Who needs that? Who needs that in their life? Genuinely. 2 hours. Like, how can you make a Transformers film 2 hours and 40 minutes? Seriously.
Anthony Hopkins is in this one, so that gives me hope, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Anthony Hopkins, listen, okay, if I got 10 million together and wrote a film, Anthony Hopkins would turn up. Okay? He'll turn up to the
Anybody will turn for 10 million.
Yeah, but like,
Who
I'm
are you
just
not
saying,
going to
like,
get for 10 million?
Yeah, but like what I'm saying is Anthony Hopkins has basically, like, he's a gun for hire now. And I fair play to him. Like, I mean, I completely respect the fact that he's reached that point in his career where he's literally just out for the money.
Like Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
right.
Robert
Tony,
De Niro.
How's your mother?
Hey, tell your mother I said hi. But yeah, Anthony Hopkins, jeez.
Well, that's going to be a fun one to talk about next week anyway.
Yeah.
Just a reminder for the competition: to win the 4 VIP tickets to the Odeon Cinema, all you have to do is tell us what Marvel superhero Chris Evans played. We talked about it about 15 times there, so there's no excuses, lads. Comment below and we will pick a winner on Monday and tag them. Thanks so much for joining us, folks. We'll see you next week, next Thursday, 9 o'clock, right here.